The University of Northwestern Ohio, offering rare access to professional racing through a unique curriculum, propels young men and women into the fiercely competitive world of motorsports. Those careers start right here. Mind, character, physical ability. Motorsports U, the art of educating all three. On last week's show, the University of Northwestern Ohio had driver and crew tryouts for the 2010 season. There's a whole lot of talent among these students, and the coaches have a very tough decision to make.
The modified team is comprised of 7 second-year team members. The stock cars are all first-year team members. We have 3 cars running this year. We rotate drivers through the cars every 2 weeks. It gives more guys the opportunity to experience what it's like to be on the track, and they don't necessarily have to have experience.
Okay, it's decision time. One that I'll bet all of us don't even want to make now. We got 3 excellent young men for drivers that we've seen, and we've got 2 vehicles to put them in.
What do you think of rotating?
No.
No?
Say we pick 2, and if one messes up, put
It's
the
all,
other one in.
we've always said, yeah, we gotta pick 2. The mods, it's always been mod driver stays in seat unless we see a reason we need to pull them out.
Well, going on the first one out in the track, who impressed you the most?
Jared.
The first
Between
Andy.
Jared and Andy,
Andy impressed me the most the first time we went on the track.
Andy the most,
and then Jared.
and then Jared.
I liked how Jared went out there and methodically searched out the track, felt out the car, and then made his runs for the money.
Chris,
Chris,
honestly,
He tried too hard.
he tried too hard too soon in the first runs.
Right.
Most of the time.
Chris has
He-
an instinct or
A little more
He's got that
aggressive.
driver instinct. You
He
get.
just-
Let's say we owned 2 cars. We owned
Okay.
2, as an individual. Me, let's say I personally own 2 cars, and I just tried out 3 drivers, and I'm gonna hire 2 of them, and one of them is not gonna get hired. Let's look at it that way in your mind.
Okay.
Which
If-
2 guys would you say, if I had to pay to run my car, which 2 guys would you put in the seat? That's a way of looking at it.
If I was putting to go out there, I would put Andy and Chris in as hired drivers.
That's
If I was on a budget,
I'd put
I would
Jared
put
in.
Andy and Jared.
The
That's exactly what I was thinking. If you want to get a win,
You probably got a better chance with Chris and Jared.
the
But if you're also gonna bend up some more seats.
we are
Let's
on a budget.
Let's think.
Well, but I mean,
Now you're making me think the other way. Okay, I want everybody to remember one thing. Nothing is in stone permanently. If, based off our decisions that we're going to make here throughout the season, we see something that we disagree with or we feel we made a wrong decision, it's always our option to change it. We're going to start with the stock cars. Drivers starting on the 1 stock car. Cody Bland will be your crew chief. It's going to be confusing. Cody Weisner. I did that specifically because I always get confused on names, so when I yell Cody, I got that team covered. Starting driver in a 01 stock car, Tony Marinucci. Andy Matter to be your crew chief. Starting driver in the 2 stock car, crew chief by Ben Bowers, Ryan Odette. Modifieds. This has probably been one of the hardest decisions we've ever had. The good thing is we have too much of a good thing. We have too many good people. We're going to run 2 modifieds through the entire season. We have the option of bringing a 3rd modified out on some occasions. Are you guys nervous?
Yeah? Not that much.
Okay, who's confident?
I can be.
Depends on what you.
I'm going to make you sweat. Are you sweating now?
Yeah. I need some right guards.
I'm cold.
Yeah. I'm cold. Got out of the air-conditioned trailer.
Yeah, as hot as it is here on a spring day. Driver for the 1 mod, with Michael Brooks as your crew chief. Chris Puskas. Driver for the number 2 modified, Kevin Bradshaw, crew chief. Andy Strait. Jared, you will drive our car when we bring it out on occasion.
All right.
And I can't say that decision was probably the hardest one we had to make of those 3 young men, which one we were going to put in 2 modifieds.
Well, the track's been here since 1935. This is our 75th anniversary of Lima Land Motorsports Park, 13th year of ownership for the University of Northwestern Ohio. It started out as a horse track facility. Through the 50s it evolved to race cars, and now it is what it is today with over $1 million worth of improvements in the last 13 years. Well, we've cracked the gates, the fans are coming in, so we're getting excited about racing. Our teams are here, so right now it's a little overcast, but we're hoping for some sun to peek out. The weather's there. We're going to put race cars on the racetrack and start racing. We run a timely show. Our goal is to be done by 10:15, 10:30, give the fans a lot of entertainment, racing action, and get them on the road home safely, and our race team's out of here. So we're going to fight the weather a little bit. We can't control the weather, but we're realistic about that. We'll work what we can control, our start times, our events, but when it comes to the weather, we just hope Mother Nature shines on us.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's definitely, like, it's a really nice facility. It draws the crowd. It definitely gets you motivated to do well in front of the crowd, and like you got all the people from the university. Being how I'm the driver for the university, I want to do well because it's the track. We own the track. I mean, I want to do well, represent our school well.
Pardon?
How many cars?
Yeah, 5 total, 3 stocks, 2 mods.
Okay.
Our mod guys will be in the cars all year.
So who's drawing first? You're first. What's car number?
Number 2.
And your name?
Andy Strait.
Oh, sorry, Andy.
I'll take that opening night.
Okay, good.
I'll take that.
23 is 10. Is that what that says?
No. 12 and a half is 23. We had 5 and 3.
It's opening night at Lima Land Motorsport Park, and the University of Northwestern Ohio's motorsports team is fired up and ready to get the first race of the season in. Student drivers Andy Strait and Chris Puskas are both lined up to do battle in heat number 3. This is the first time these drivers have made any laps under race conditions in these cars, and both teams are anxious to see how their drivers will respond.
It's actually like 2 and 8. 2 and 8? Yeah, on diesel, but they're different. They've got different ladders now. Well, get one of the tape measures from over there and just regular tape. Or no, there should be one from Florida that had diesel.
Here's our shock, what valving our shock is and what side it's on. And I wrote down the track conditions, that way we can make further adjustments So hopefully start us off better next week.
Driving for the school, it means a lot to me because last year I looked up to Steven and Skylar because I wanted to be in their shoes this year, and it meant a lot to me to drive for the school because we're running with, you know, guys that have been racing for 20 years, and we've got the best equipment and the best facilities and the best guys, as far as I'm concerned. It means a lot to me because we're the best of the best out there, and it's just an awesome feeling to go out there and represent our school and take the knowledge that we learned in the classroom and actually put it to use on the racetrack. It's an awesome deal.
The 2010 racing season is underway at Lima Land Motorsports Park. First out on the quarter-mile high bank track, the modifieds, the Can-Am UMP modifieds, including members of the UNOH Athletic Motorsports team.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Pete Anderson.
Yeah. Hey, good job, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, bud.
Well, it's
Hell of a car, buddy.
got our face.
Look at that.
Getting more and more face. There ain't enough time. I know I'll get it, but I didn't have enough time to get in there. After I got out of mine, I still a little bit of, but after like the last couple of laps, you could tell I was going in.
Experience the University of Northwestern Ohio College of Technologies.
Now, I strongly recommend the University of Northwestern Ohio to just about anybody that has a desire to get in this automotive industry. A lot of places teach the very high end of the all-out racing thing, and very rarely are you ever going to be able to use that. But here, the knowledge that the students gain can be carried forth into whichever direction they go once they graduate. So I don't think I've ever seen a more well-rounded program than they have here at the university.
I was very nervous. I grew up in go-kart racing, and this was kind of the first big-time racing show that I've ever had to experience. So I was a little nervous. Was really just trying to get the feel for the car and get a good first clean night, just get the experience of it. And I feel we did pretty well for the first night out. Unfortunately, we were parked early, but the experience of it, you know, everyone gelled together, everyone worked pretty well together.
Hey, you got the backup yet? Alright.
The last couple laps were looking a little faster. I don't know, we'll see what the time will come back out here.
It wasn't bad, I couldn't get around that yellow car. Every time I'd come up out of the corner, he was like coming down the track. If I throw it in right, it's pretty fast. But if I don't hit it just right, it'll push. I'd get to the end of the straightaway up against the wall, and I'd have to just bash it, throw it in as hard as I could, and then it'd catch and go. But if I had something happen where I couldn't throw it in as hard, running on the outside, or somebody would hit me, or somebody was there, I'd push. It was our first week out, first time with all the team members on individual teams, and everyone had to work together, and it was the first night working together. We had a pretty decent run in the heat race. I believe we ran fourth, first time on the track, and went out in the feature, and they had an invert, and we started about mid-pack, around the 10th, 11th position or so. Had a pretty good run going, was running pretty decent. Then a few laps in, got forced up over the cushion a little bit. It was a pretty high cushion that night, and unfortunately it took the bumper off the front of the car. So after the front bumper came off, we were parked for the rest of the night.
Opening night, It started off pretty good in the heat race. You know, for being the first night out, I think we ended up 4th. Then going into the feature, we had quite a bit of confidence going in that we would come out with a decent finish. Unfortunately, got up over the cushion. It was pretty tall, and just tore the front bumper off. And after that, you just had to pull in the infield and watch it sit, watch the rest of the race go on.
That's all it was, just the right rear got in it, and then it just run it around. And I figured, okay, well, I'll just drive through this and I'll be all right. And then all of a sudden the front end just went, boom! And then I came back around and I seen the bumper laying there. I was like, that's probably mine. And then they were like #1 car to the back, and then I was like, I might as well not even race anymore.
Race fans, we are just about set to Can-Am UMP Modifieds, set to do battle 20 laps, the first feature of 2010 here at Limaland Motorsports Park, including tonight for the Can-Am UMP Modifieds, members of the University of Northwestern Ohio Athletic Motorsports team.
After we took the green flag, so coming around for the first lap, I went in and spun out all by myself pretty much, and a couple cars, you know, piled up with me and blew the right front tire, and I came back into the pits because you're allowed to change tires under caution, and they sent me back out on the track. We got the tire changed real quick, sent me back out on the track and started from the back and started coming through the field real quick, and then coming off of turn 4, there was a car spun and he was coming to the infield of the track, and I was already in the bottom, and there was really nothing I could do, and I hit him pretty hard, and that ended our night because we broke some components in the rear end.
Shortly after the #1 car returns to the track, an accident from the car in front of him leaves Puskas no room to avoid contact. The damage is severe enough to put him on the trailer.
First lap, I mean, we went out there and it was fast. I think I just drove a little too hard in and spun, which caused a bunch of people some anger, I guess. But apologize to them, I guess. And after that, came in and got a tire because my right front tire went down. Went back out, tried calming down a little bit, and went in and coming back through the field like really fast. And there was a car spun coming off of turn 4, and he was trying to get to the infield. I talked to him. He apologized to me. I feel like, I mean, there might have been something I could have done, but it just stinks that we tore 2 race cars. Well, I tore his car up and he tore ours up, but we were just coming right back through. It felt good, but I mean, it stinks. It's first night. It's not supposed to go this way.
Well, during the race, we had a right front go down. Well, we got that back on. We got Chris back out in the race. And then unfortunately 2 laps later, we got cut off, and the right rear of our car ended up getting taken off. So that week we ended up having to go back and fix that. But as long as Chris races 110%, I really don't care what happens to the car, because I know eventually things are going to work out for us and we're going to end up in top 5 or top 10.
Yeah. After something like that happens, your first night out, you know, you always want to go out there and do your best and just try and, you know, get comfortable with the car. And when you can only run 5 or 6 laps and then something like that happens, it's not the easiest on a driver who wants to do their best every time you get on the track, you know. And it's not a good feeling when you can't finish a race, because there's no proof. Like, people that see in text where you finished, there's no proof to say, oh, he was running real good, he was running his way up back to the front. So a DNF it's no good for you.
Meanwhile, Strait continues his search for the fast way around the track in the number 2 modified. After numerous cautions and a red flag for rain, he has brought the car home in 7th place.
Still have a little bit of damage, but I think there was maybe 8 cars that finished. We got 6. I'll take that opening night. Just getting comfortable with the car a little bit more. Need to stay off. That cushion was rough. That's what really hurt me. Is I needed to stay off that cushion, and I just wanted to toss the car around.
Next week on Motorsport U, the University of Northwestern Ohio takes students to the Martinsville Speedway to crew for drivers in the Wayland Modified Tour and the UNOH Performance 200 K&N Pro Series races.